So I'm Ratna Bhushan, friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CA coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Welcome to ASG IAS. ASG IAS believe in quality, commitment, and success. A comprehensive current for dedicated student listening is very powerful. The quote of today is of Mahatma Gandhi. Literacy education. Literary education should follow the education of the hand. The one gift that visibly distinguishes man from the beast. It is a superstition to think that the fullest development of man is impossible without knowledge of the art of reading and writing. That knowledge undoubtedly adds a grace to life, but is no way indispensable for man's moral, physical, or material growth. This quote of Mahatma Gandhi from the book The Words of Gandhi, Richard Attenborough. Before starting the program, I would like to request you kindly please share, subscribe and like. Don't forget, इस वीडियो को सबको शेयर करें, इस वीडियो को फैलाने में मेरी मदद करें. बस 1 मिनट आपसे मुझे बहुत इंकरेजमेंट मिलता है. आप छोटे से प्रयास से लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को फ़ायदा पहुंचेगा. न्यूज़ जानना हर व्यक्ति की आवश्यकता है. सोर्सेज द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर. Amazon boosts India unit with $308 million infusion. Singapore arm contributes to capital. Amazon.com Inc. has invested $308.02 million in Amazon seller services and Indian unit, strengthening the business at a time when the more people shop online in a bid to avoid crowd public places. Amazon Singapore made a significant portion of the financing data from business intelligence firm Toffler South. The company's Indian arm in May said it would hire 50,000 temporary workers to meet a surge in online shopping in the country. Amazon, which competes with Walmart, Inc., Flipkart in India, has also been expanding its seller network. India laws allow foreign e-commerce companies to operate as marketplaces, connecting buyers with sellers online. US-China trade visa curbs over Tibet. Pompeo accuses Beijing of obstructing travel by U.S. diplomats, journalists to Tibetan region. The U.S. and China imposed visa restrictions on each other in the tit-for-tat moves over their disagreement on Tibet, adding fuel to the diplomatic fire between the superpowers. China announced on Wednesday its curbs on people from the U.S. who behave badly on Tibet-related issue in retaliation for the American curbs unveiled a day before. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said on Tuesday that he was taking action against unspecified number of the officials under a new US law that presses China to let Americans visit the Far West region, renewing a call for the meaningful autonomy in the predominantly Buddhist area. Unfortunately, Beijing has continued systematically to obstruct travel to the Tibetan Autonomous Region and Tibet areas by U.S. diplomats and other official journalists and tourists, while PRC officials said and other citizens enjoy greater access to the United States, said Mr. Pompeo. He restricted visa to Chinese officials determined to be substantially involved in the exclusion of foreigners from Tibetan areas. The next most important news is green lightning ecological decimation amidst a pandemic. Projects in critical forest habitats are being considered or having been given clearance by the environmental ministers. Few countries are witnessing such a severe direct indirect devastations on account of the COVID-19 pandemic as India, yet there is a little attention on the roots of the vulnerability. It would be a mistake to approach the pandemic as a bolt from the blue or an aberration that will eventually pass for the normalcy to return. Our vulnerability lies not just in the absence of the equitable access to the food, healthcare and housing, but go to the heart of the global development models that sacrifice environmental resilience for the limitless economic growth and wealth accumulation. The 21st century has been a multiple lethal epidemics. Two were serious enough for the World Health Organization to designate as a pandemic. So the accelerating destructions of the world habitat, forest and diversified food system for the urbanizations, mining and the industry means pathogens which were once largely confined to the animals and plants in the wild are now better to position to the infect human. The expansion of the monoculture cropping. Kindly see in the net monoculture cropping and monoculture cropping livestock farming system coupled with a dense human settlements dependent on the narrow diets of the global commodity crops and the meat are eliminating the biodiversity and distance barriers and the lent resilience to the human species and domesticated plants and animals. A virulent pathogen can then trigger an epidemic that's much more easily. As long as we do not address this march to unsustainability, we will remain vulnerable to pandemic outbreaks. Pandemic outbreaks. Three NGOs linked to Congress under Home Ministry scanner. Commerce will probe alleged violations of Money Laundering Act and the PFCRA. The Ministry of Home Affairs has constituted an inter-ministerial committee to probe alleged violations of the various legal provisions by the three NGOs, the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation (GNRF), the Rajiv Gandhi Charitable Trust (RGCT), and the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust (IGMT). All the three non-governmental organization NGOs are linked to the Congress, and the party president Sonia Gandhi is the chairperson of the RGF and the RGCT. The senior official, the enforcement of directorate, will be head of the committee. Reacting to MHA's decision, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi tweeted, "Mr. Modi believes the world is like him." Thank you so much to watch my program. Wish you all the best. God bless you. God bless Bharat.